odds are you've always thought about, and what is it like to have ultimate freedom and own your own business? So today I'm going to talk about exactly that. What are the top 10 benefits of leaving corporate America? So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dustin Neff. I am what I consider myself an anti-career coach. I help people figure out exactly how to exit corporate America. So identify what their key skills are, the different type of options they could use in order to replace their income and exit corporate America safely. And it's one of my favorite things in the world is helping people. And I've done that throughout my career in corporate America over 20 years, where my real claim to fame was helping people move up in their career and get promoted. But now I help people do the exact opposite, figure out how to exit corporate America safely. So since I've had my freedom for about 2.5 years now, I'm going to walk you through the 10 biggest benefits that I've found after leaving corporate America. So the most valuable resource you have is time, and it's also the most limited. So leaving corporate America gives you, number one, time freedom. You get to live life on your terms. You get to go to bed when you want, you get to wake up when you want. So there cannot be a price tag put on that, especially as you get older and you start having kids and there's different things you want to do. You want to travel, you want to actually enjoy your time and not just work to live. You want to live to work. So time freedom, number one. And I'm going to share a little bit more on this a little bit later. All right, two, unlimited income potential. So when you're in corporate America, you know that if you do good, you're probably going to get a 3% raise. If you do really good, you're going to get a 4 or 5% raise. Bonus depends on the company, but in the entrepreneurial world, it's a different vehicle. You actually can get into the right vehicle and control how much money that you make. And you can, man, you can shoot for the stars. I know I have peers, I have people that I work with that make, I'm not even going to say how much money they make, but it's absolutely crazy. And it's high integrity. I'm not going to, we're not going crazy here, but it is absolutely wild when you actually can control how much money you bring in. So unlimited income potential, number two. All right, number three, no office politics. So this is what drives a lot of people crazy in corporate America is, one, it's one thing if you're an individual contributor, you still have to work with different customers, different probably peers, things of that nature. So you don't always get to choose that. But what really drives people crazy is when they are working with people that, they didn't hire. They might have got a new boss, like they didn't choose their boss didn't choose them. So it can get real chaotic real quick, and you don't really have to worry about the office politics of getting buy-in from whoever that next hiring manager is. And that's another thing I see a lot of people get stuck because, they make those connections and they move up one, two, three spots, but eventually they get caught. But beauty of corporate America is you get to choose who your customer is. You get to choose who you work with. If you build a team, you get to do that. So no office politics. Number three. All right. Number four, ownership. You're not building someone else's dreams. You are building yours. You're building your legacy, and there is nothing like it. So when you're in corporate America, sometimes it just gets heavy. You feel like, man, I'm doing all this heavy lifting and I know exactly what the outcome, what the benefit is going to be for me. And then you see what you're doing for, companies. Like I've had jobs before where I literally turned around a business that made $0 profit to over $3 million in profit. I got a $2,000 raise and a $10,000 bonus. Did not, it wasn't fair. So I'll just say that. So being in ownership, it's all yours. I mean, you can scale it as high as you want. So that's number four. Number five, more time with family. And I saved this for a minute, but I was working for Nike for 19 years and we wanted to move back to Little Rock. And we did. And I took a job, whoever was going to pay me the most. But man, I did not realize how tough it was going to be, how I was going to be micromanaged. I actually had to sneak out on my son's first day at a new school. And that's tough. I missed a lot of weekends, a lot of holidays. I had to see, okay, I know I can't take vacation during this time of year because it's too busy. But now I get more time with my family. I take my son, who's 10 years old now, take him to school every day. I pick him up every day. So just quality time that I never got to spend. So it's really, it gets kind of, I guess when you first make that leap, it was extremely scary. And, my wife was, if I'm being transparent, was really, really nervous. But man, it made we already had a great relationship, but it's taken it to another level. So that time with your family, you never get to replace. All right. Number 6, authenticity. Authenticity. I don't know why I just had so much trouble saying that, but in corporate America, you cannot 100%, very rarely can you be your true authentic self. When you break out of corporate America and start your own business, and you don't have to answer to HR, you don't have to answer to anybody, you truly get to be who you are. And it literally took me a year to kind of get out of that. And, I feel like I was, I don't know, probably 80 to 85% myself, but now I get to be my true authentic self. And man, there is nothing like it. It's one of the best things in the world if you can be authentic. All right. Rapid personal growth. So in corporate America, you're going to, gain, grow, over time. It's going to take time. Typically a year to year and a half is kind of the time frame that you're going to learn a new skill, a new role. When you get into the entrepreneurial world, it's light years ahead. Have to learn 10 times as fast. So I would be willing to bet in 2.5 years, I have learned more skills than I did in my 20 years in corporate America. So the rapid growth that you're forced, and that to me, that's what life's about. It's about creating and growing, learning, teaching, helping people. That is exactly what you get to do once you actually control your life. All right. Fulfillment, real fulfillment. So it does feel good when you're in corporate America to hit goals, get rewarded, promotions, get praised. But there is nothing like building your own thing and helping people, depending on what you do. I have a few businesses. I sell ice cream. I also consult, and I show new owners how to scale their business. And then I show, like I said earlier, show people how to exit corporate America and gain all these freedoms that I've discussed. So the fulfillment that you get for that, there's nothing like it. Changing people's lives, and man, it's just awesome. All right, choice. All right, so you get to choose everything. You get to choose what vehicle that you create your income in. You get to choose who your customers are. You get to choose who you hire, who you work with. You control your life. It's basically life by design, and you design it. So the power of choice. And then last but not least, this peace of mind. You're not stressed out. You're not sitting there wondering, oh man, what's going to happen when I go into work Monday? Or, what's this year going to look like? The economy's tough, or, whatever that looks like. It gives you peace of mind knowing that you don't have to worry about what your company's doing, who your new boss is going to be. You control everything. And that gives you such peace of mind. Takes so much stress off your plate. So that is it. That is my top 10 benefits of being out of corporate America for the last 2.5 years. And if this is something that's interesting to you and you'd like to discuss, shoot me a message. Love to connect. But that is it for this video. I've created a playlist. If you want to go back and watch some of these, kind of shows what the anti-career blueprint is all about. So anyway, that's it. See you on the next one.